ever been to a convention? You know, a gathering of people who want to see something they're really excited about, like games, cars, comics, anime? Well, if you've been to one, you know that things can get a little weird. At times. I've been to plenty of conventions, and I go to multiple a year as an attendee or a guest. You know, because I'm super cool and famous. Well, I've had a few weird experiences whenever I go to some of these cons. Like this one time, I was an exhibitor at RTX. I was just there greeting folks, introducing them to the game we were showcasing. All was good. I was happy as can be. When suddenly, you ever have this feeling like someone is watching you? Well, that's exactly what was happening. This guy was just staring at me, as if he was confused. But the moment we made eye contact, he shrieked out the name, Gaggy! And I'm not kidding about this. This is a real story that happened at RTX 2016. This guy power slides to me. As you can imagine, I just stared at him blankly. Next thing I knew, he was telling me he had to punch me. What? Said he wanted to film it for a friend. I walked away. This other time, I was a guest for my very first convention. I was in the middle of running a panel. It was just a typical Q&A, but it was my first Q&A, so it was special to me. I was answering people's questions and having a good time. Before I knew it, this guy with a weird hat just walks into the room loud and obnoxious. What panel's going on here? I responded politely. It's a Q&A panel. You know, you ask questions and I give you answers. Oh! Who are you? I'm Alejandro. What have you been in? I've been in Fairy Tail, Honda Kun, Servamp, and Cheerboys. Never heard of them! Okay. Does anybody else have any questions? What voices can you do? This went on for another 5 minutes. Turns out he was one of the volunteers at the con and felt like he's entitled and had some sort of power. Then there's the weird things that fans have had me sign. I've signed shoes, a Boss Baby figure, which is a whole other embarrassing story I might tell in the future, and a rock. Yep, a rock. Honestly, that was probably one of the funnier ones. And then finally, this happens to me every single time. Every single time, right after I take a bite out of some food, a fan either recognizes me or approaches me. Earlier this year, I was at a convention with my buddy. We were walking around the con floor seeing if we wanted to buy anything, which we did. And then suddenly I realized I hadn't eaten all day. Thankfully, the con had a little concession stand where you can get food, and I got some tendies and fries. The moment right after I had eaten half of one of my tendies. Oh, hey, are you Alejandro? Mm-hmm. Do you mind if we get a picture? It's not me blaming any fan in any way, because I love meeting fans. But what are the odds? It happens every time! So those are some of the weird convention experiences that have happened to me. Of course, there are plenty more that I have in my noggin, but these are just some I wanted to share. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you want to know more about my life in an animated fashion, then like this video and share it on your social media or wherever and such. Thanks again. I'll see you guys next time. Later!